Israel's attack on Iran disrupted flights across the Middle East and beyond. Thousands of travelers have been either stranded or diverted to other airports after several countries in the Middle East closed their airspace. I'm joined now by Sharitbi Janjirker, a South African stranded in Saudi Arabia, in Medina. Good to have you, and thank you very much, Sharitbi, for giving us this time. What were your plans, or how were you planning to travel, and when, and how did you realize that that was not going to happen?
Hi, a very good afternoon to you from the blessed city of Medina. It all happened when we left the hotel Tulip in Medina city on our way to the airport at about, say, 2 o'clock. We arrived at the airport with a bus, came to the security boom, and we were all like inside the bus waiting to go inside to the airport when our leader, our sheikh, got out of the bus going towards the security, showing him one of the passengers' visa and ticket. We were all excited. We're going home. Our family's waiting for us. And 5 minutes after that, the sheikh, the leader, came back into the bus telling us that all airlines and flights has been cancelled, and until further notice, we don't know what is going to take place currently. So we were quite shocked and devastated. First of all, we didn't know what was happening, where our next stay would be, and we had the bus taking us back to the Tulip Inn hotel. Our sheikh made arrangements, and he went all the way out looking for accommodation for us. With the Tulip Inn staff, he negotiated a price for us, which we then stayed the night, and then had to decide whether we would stay on because of an indefinite period of time that we are going to be based in Medina city. Right now, we are not 100% sure as to when we will be flying out, but we were told by our agent, if everything goes well, we are hoping to fly out within this week, God willing. Very saddened by the situation. I feel for the people that are stranded on the airport of Medina city. If we had been in the earlier bus, we would have been one of them stranded on the airport on Medina city. But God knew best what was best for us. Yeah. Our bus was late. It had to pick us up at 12 o'clock, and it came only about 1:30, something to 2. Loading all the luggage, we left at about 2 o'clock. Right. So I think we were saved with a major reason that God had for us. Yeah. And we thank God Almighty for everything that took place, you know, time delay. It just worked out in our favor, where we had to be delayed in order for us not to go past the booming gates and not being in the airport of Medina city. Yeah. So we are thankful, and we are very grateful to our leader, Sheikh, that has made ways and means for us to be accommodated for, and last minute, which we are millions and millions thankful for that. Yeah.
Now, Sharitbi, tell me, is there any other assistance that you're getting, except for your leader, maybe the various consulates that are saying we are there for our citizens wherever they are stranded? Have you had any support from the embassies?
Look, no, we basically, the accommodation that we are at the moment, we are paying for that out of our pocket. We couldn't like think about, you know, the worst case scenario where we are going to be stranded and in the streets. Our families, members back home in South Africa, they reached out to us, our friends reached out to us and made it possible for us to stay on in Medina in the hotel.
And at this particular point, are you having a conversation about rerouting your flight maybe to other airspaces that are open, or what is the conversation around what plan could be put together for you to be able to travel? As you say, they are saying it could still happen this week.
Look, we would have loved that rerouting, but we have to be realistic about pricing of the rerouting of airlines. It is the price of rerouting was extremely high, and we definitely cannot afford that. So we hoping and praying that everything will be in perspective for us to fly out within this week.
And you are saying now you've been accommodated there. Is there any indication for how long the hotel would be able to accommodate you?
Well, the hotel accommodation that we're at the moment is we are paying for it ourselves. You know, the hotel is not giving us the accommodation for free. So we have basically booked a 2-night, like tonight and tomorrow night, and then we will see from here whether we have to extend our stay or whether the airspace has been opened up.
And you're saying all of you now currently in that group, how many are you? And are you all being supported by your families?
Yes, each and every family member or each and every person in the group, their families have reached out. We're about plus minus on our group, we're about 15 of us together.
And is it all adults or are there children as well who are with you?
Fortunately, we don't have any children. We are all adults. We have seniors in our group as well. And I'm very grateful for the group that we have together. We have supported each other. You know, no one were stranded in a way where we had to struggle. We were all there for each other, whether it be emotionally or just caring for one another and having to console one another and telling each other that everything is going to be fine. We will get there. We will get home to our families who has prepared for us coming home. They were also very disappointed in that. But I know that God Almighty had a better plan for us. Once again, it shows us that never lose hope in the mercy of God Almighty, that He always makes things work out for us and He can make the impossible possible, you know.
Are you having any thoughts and plans maybe of reaching out to the officials as well? I mean, as you say, some of these arrangements can be quite costly.
Yes. Well, I think when if our stay should exceed 3 days, then we will definitely have to reach out for other means of measure of help because it's going to be quite costly.
Indeed. Sharitbi, we appreciate your time and thank you very much for coming on this afternoon. That's Sharitbi Janjirker, one of the South Africans stuck in Saudi Arabia, relating her story as well.